Welcome back. My name is Sylvia, aka Mz.Ashanti. I'm just gonna give you my 6 months update. I'm just gonna get right into the video. So I left Canada, relocated to Florida as a registered nurse. I came here for a better opportunity because I was tired of working in the healthcare plantation. I was tired of working like a slave, on the go, working 2 or 3 jobs, even though I have a spouse who also worked. It was just too much. The weather is depressing. The work environment, you pay high taxes in Canada, you pay union dues which are useless, like 150 per pay, you pay for parking and it increases annually. Shift differentials are like pennies. You have to work 2 weeks days, transition 2 weeks nights. Some organizations you do day, night, day, night. They say you're off for 5 days, but really you're only off for 4.5. You use 2.5 of those days to recover because it ain't easy on the body. Then when you go back, you're right back at it again. It's a cycle. It keeps going over and over and over. You know, the traffic is crazy, too much discrimination. I was once told by my former manager, oh, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Well, baby, it is green here. I just wish I made the move sooner. So this is my journey, my lived experience, and I'm just going to provide some updates. I was a nurse in Canada for over 12 years. Initially, I started as PSW, which is CNA in the States. PSW means personal support worker, CNA means certified nurse assistant. Then throughout the years, I transitioned and became an RPN, which is registered practical nurse, also known as LPN, licensed practical nurse. And I worked as a LPN or RPN for many years. Then I wanted to further my education and I transitioned becoming a registered nurse. So I went to obtain my Bachelor's of Arts and Science from the University of Ontario and I became a registered nurse. Keeping in mind that I wanted to travel the world and explore other countries because my long-term goal was to get the hell out of Canada. My long-term goal was to exit Canada, at least temporarily, because I was tired of the system, tired of the weather, and I was frustrated and tired of working in the healthcare plantation. So moving forward, now today marks 6 months I've been in Florida, Southwest Florida, and I'm enjoying it here. I love the weather, people are friendly, I'm not experiencing the racism that I was when I was in Ontario. And by the way, when I'm referring to Canada, I'm only speaking about Ontario, the Greater Toronto Area, GTA and surrounding areas. I'm not talking about Calgary, Alberta, Edmonton. I'm not talking about BC, Vancouver. I never been there. I'm specifically just focusing on Ontario, primarily the GTA, because that's where I grew up and that's where I was living. So one reason why I left, high taxes. It's like you're working to pay the government. No, literally, high taxes. Canada's like one of the highest tax paying countries on earth. You work to pay taxes. You work, half your pay goes to taxes. Everything tax, and everything is so expensive. And our currency of the dollar is not that great either. So I was tired of working in the healthcare plantation, number one. Number two, there's barely any shift differentials for staff nursing. So if somebody's going to be working night shift, pay them their worth at least. You know, it's not easy working night shift. It ages you. You're more susceptible to getting cancer. There's barely no shift differentials. It's cents. They're unionized, so your caps at a pay scale. You pay union dues, which I believe is useless. They can't help you. The system is corrupt. You're paying union dues. They can't help you. It's just useless. And it's expensive. It's like $100 and something every pay, bi-weekly. It's crazy. On top of your taxes. On top of your pension and all these other things that they take out. You have to pay for parking. Majority of the places you work, hospital-wise, you have to pay for parking. And annually, that parking rate increases. Parking sucks. Your place of employment, I don't think you should be charged to pay parking at your place of employment. But you have to pay parking, and the parking rates increase annually. Most facilities, you work 2 weeks days, then you rotate 2 weeks nights. 2 weeks days, then 2 weeks nights. It screws up your sleeping pattern. Some organizations you work day, day, night, night, day, day, night, night, 12-hour shifts. Or 2 weeks days, 2 weeks nights, 12-hour shifts. Or if you're working in a long-term care, assisted living facility, you do 8 hours. Out of 2 weeks, you're doing 10 shifts. That's slave work, clock work, no life. You're always running, 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 running. It's a rat race. It's more than a rat race. The cost of living, housing, Canada is one of the most expensive places. People can barely even purchase a home. You can't even buy a home in Canada these days, whether it's a 2 household income or not. You can't buy a home. 1.5 million and beyond. Interest rates keep fluctuating. It's crazy. On top of that, your property taxes are out of this world. You have to shovel snow in the winter, cut the lawn in the summer. Like, it's just so much to it. So much. And you're always racing, always in a rush. It's not worth it. They have bad investments there. Not like the States. You have Fidelity, you have Vanguard, you have so much different brokerage firms where you can invest your money. Canada is minimal. The weather sucks. If you want to keep going further in the healthcare field, you have to keep going back to school for different specialties. If you